first tell me like what you do, like what your music is, what you play?
I've played clarinet. I also play bass clarinet, E-flat clarinet as well. I've played clarinet for about 10 years, a decade now. Started studying when I was in the 6th grade. In high school I did a lot of the marching band stuff. I did concert band. And at Stanford I started doing a lot of chamber music though. A lot of very intimate pieces, 3, 4, maybe max 5 to 6 players.
How come?
I enjoy large ensembles, but I think there's more emotion in the smaller pieces. There's more emotion. It's more like you're connecting one-on-one with musicians, because like when there's like 5 or 6, there's no conductor, and so the conductor usually holds the band together. But since there's no conductor, you have to rely on each other's like a signal or like this connection, so you know when to accelerate the tempo, when to like stop, when to do like musical interpretation, because not all 6 of you have to agree on it.
That's so interesting. Were you looking for that, or did you just like happen to try it once and then you decided to continue?
I happened to try it once in high school, but really you can't really do it in high school because you need a lot of like really talented musicians to do something that intimate. So then I always did large ensembles because it's a lot easier to do. But at Stanford I started with large ensembles. I did the wind ensemble, but then I started doing the chamber program, which was a lot more fulfilling for me. It's like having that connection, even if it's not personal but musical, with like 3 to 5 people. Ah non, s'il vous plaît. L'addition?
Merci.
Having that kind of intimate connection for me is like what makes like why I enjoy music, because it's a form of expression and interpersonal communication that you can't do with words or with visuals.
Okay, can you tell me again about that appassionato part?
Yeah. So appassionato is a musical term indicating passion of the highest order. It's an emotional indicator above all. You see it a lot in chamber music, sometimes you see it in orchestral. Merci. And it's a rare term used because appassionato is a very like heavy term, meaning that you put everything into this like one particular passage. And I haven't seen it very many times over like the pieces I've played, because it means something like so significant. It's not used.
Yeah. Well, you said that that there's not that many emotional terms used in music, but then at the same time, it's like when you're working in the smaller groups, it's all about this emotional musical connection. So like, how does that work, kind of?
It's like phrasing. It's about phrasing, and it's about finding like where the music's going. That's where music theory comes in handy, because now you know like harmonic progression. Where is the music going in terms of like the chords? Where is it resolving? Where is it not resolving? Is there tension here? Is there no tension? Is it trying to emphasize like a lyrical singing happy piece, or is it sad? So like even just listening, you can kind of get the emotion out of it. And even also like some of the tempo indicators also indicate some type of emotion, but they're more like technical. So like allegro means quick, but allegro also has this like kind of like happy, joyous feel to it. But then you'll see like a tempo marking called grave, which is Italian for slow, but it also means like solemn. So you use it, you're piecing together a puzzle. That's when you're interpreting music. You're trying to figure out what the composer meant, or if you want to be a bit adventurous, you use your own interpretation.
Can you say emotional logic, or logical emotion, or just logic and emotion?
Emotional logic. Because it doesn't make sense, for example, if you're in a really sad piece and it's not orchestrated, it's orchestrated for 2 instruments to play it really loud. Right? Or like you do accents, you do like staccato, like articulations, like that. You want it long, you want it soft, you want it to like emphasize like a sad feeling. You're gonna play it quietly. If you want to play something happy, you're gonna do a lot of like staccato markings. You're gonna do it a bit quicker. Maybe have like little flourishes, like the pickup notes that you'll see. So it really does depend on like what is the piece, like who wrote it, what's the point, what time was it written, where is the music going, what do you want to bring to it.
Which kind of pieces do you prefer to play?
I prefer chamber music. I prefer like these 2 to 3 like instrumentalists. A good example is right now I'm preparing a sonata for 2 clarinets, A and B flat, by Francis Poulenc, who is a French composer, part of Les Six. He wanted to write music that was very French and not Germanic. So all of his markings are in French, which is different because most people write in Italian. And a good example of this is the second piece, where he writes monotone, which literally translates to monotone, and I originally thought, oh, it just meant one sound. Then I played it with expression, and my clarinet teacher just stops me and says, monotone in French means somebody who's so emotionally traumatized they can't produce emotion, and that is where the emotion comes from. So you have to play this kind of piece with like emotion, like no emotion, because when you listen to it and you're wondering, audiences are used to like swelling and like the artistic, but like you just hear something that's like that, and that's so still, that, and it's 2 minutes of stillness, and that's where like the emotional impact lies. And it's actually one of the most emotional pieces I've ever played.
Wow.
Because it's so tough to like not do any kind of emotion.
That's so cool. Okay, anything else before we move on?
No, I think that's about it. Also, it's fun because playing music, you get to play a lot of stuff. You could play like the emotional. We also play like the spring musicals, which are a lot. Play like Sweeney Todd or City of Angels.
Sweeney Todd.
So like playing just the music like downstage is like in a pit is also a lot of fun because you have that intimate connection, but you're not trying to be like deeply profound. You're trying to have more to have fun.
Yeah. Okay.